Well, that's a little different. Take a look at that. I know some of y'all have been talking about, why don't you guys have a 5th gen? Why don't you have what do they call them, Pacificas? Well, newer stuff just ain't for me. I mean, my dad does have a 2008, which is a 5th gen, but this, a little new and a little shiny. Ain't perfect, I'll tell you that much, but this isn't mine. This is my younger brother's new van we just picked up for him today. Figured before he grabbed it, I'd get my grubby little fingers all over it and I'd show you guys what's going on here. So it's a 2014 Dodge Grand Caravan. No SC, no SXT, no special trim. It was actually a commercial delivery van. We are the second owner, or he is the second owner of it. The title I believe that he's got says 24 miles. You know, it was issued back in 2014, so it's a one owner van. The body is in really good shape except for right here. It looks like it got backed into or bumped something. So it needs a new front bumper with the grill and everything. Too bad. It had some duct tape here holding it and I kind of took it off. It wasn't really actually doing anything. It made it look worse, to be honest. The license plate's got 4 screws in it, you know, naturally. And there's a little bit of paint bubbling on the hood, but that's pretty normal for something driven up here. The fenders and the rockers look good. There's no rust visible here that I can see. I haven't looked under it, actually, ever. We'll do that here in a minute. But it's a really nice looking van. It's got like a metallic black paint. You can see it in the sunlight really well. This van, I suppose we can start looking around, is sitting on 17-inch Michelin tires. They are 225 65 17s. I haven't checked the date code on them. Date code 49th week of 2016, so 2017, what is that, 6 years now, I think, if I do math right. Not too bad, but they're in pretty good shape. So since they've been put on, they really haven't had all that much mileage done, so they'll be good enough for another year or so. See how the van drives. I don't know. They look okay to me. I don't see any like major weather checking on them, but they're nice aluminum wheels. The black and chrome matches the black van pretty well. If this was chrome, it would look really good, but I think you'd have to be, what, a town and country to get that? I don't quite know. It's got faded black door handles. It does have the facelifted LED taillights. I'm sure those are expensive if they fail. They all work. It is from courtesy Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram in Conyers, Georgia. So it was bought in Georgia, but it's been a Minnesota vehicle its entire life. Look at that. You don't see that too often up here. That's kind of cool. The rear wiper looks like it hasn't been used in a very long time. It did sit for like I want to say a year or so before we picked it up. It was kind of retired from service from what I can tell. I haven't looked. There's some paperwork in the glove box I'll look at later, I think. Maybe if I feel like it. This thing's got 4-wheel disc brakes. Take a look at that. I believe there was some rust on them. They got knocked off pretty good on the drive home. So they look pretty good. Pad life, I can't quite tell. They look decent from here. Front brakes look the same. This one's got a pretty nasty groove in it, but they look all right to me. Serviceable, they're runnable. Shall we take a look inside? This thing comes with 2 fobs, and they're actually in pretty decent shape. Black van. Yep, that makes sense. Hello, Coco. Hi, you want to come see the new van? Hi. Hi. You gotta smell the new van? You're gonna probably try to climb up on it. What you doing? What you doing? Yeah, what you doing? Bye. So, this bad boy has got power front windows, power mirrors, power locks. No fog lights. It's got, I don't know where the controls are. Let me figure out where I'm going. I know it's got cruise. Oh, where is it? Where's the cruise, guys? Oh, right here, cruise. It's got cruise control right here on the steering wheel I was looking at. Oh, we got dual airbags. I'm sure we got curtain airbags, side airbags. There's airbags everywhere. No overhead console or anything. This one's a pretty basic So it looks really nice on the outside. It's got the nice aluminum wheels, but the interior is pretty basic. Just got this like, it's like a children visor if you look there. Like watch your kids and stuff. It's kind of cool. We've got 2 dome lights. We've got the basic sun visors. This thing has a TAC instrument cluster. We've got fuel, temp, TAC, and speed. This thing is showing 241,055 miles. I believe it was 240 something before we drove it home. It has dual zone climate control with front and rear defrost. It's got a fuel economy button, and it's got traction control. It has a little cubby here. It's got cup holders here and a little cubby down here. And we've got a battery and keyed 12-volt power. It has a single disc MP3 anti-theft stereo of some sort. I'm just reading literally what it says. It's got a CD player. We've got 2 glove boxes. If you look here, you got one there, and you got one there with all the paperwork. And then there's no underfloor glove box. This thing is not power seat. This is manual seats. It has the 2-tone kind of black on like white interior. It looks really nice. I like this color combo. And then it's got like this black like fake wood grain sort of deal, but it's like black. Can you see it? Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. Kind of cool. What's this manufacture date? 3 of 14. So it is a 10-year-old van at this point. A little more than 10. Look how, do you see that? See that? Wow. That thing slides nice. You would think that'd be stow and go, right? No, this is a bare bones, non-stow and go middle bench. It does have stow and go rears, but you still get the stow and go storage cubby. But this is a non-stow and go bench. Just kind of interesting. I'm assuming that's like actually like pretty rare as far as these go, because everything was stow and go by 2014. The door panels on the rears are pretty, I don't know, that's kind of ugly, you think? I don't really like that too much. Headliner is decent. It's got like a fabric headliner up here still. Decent headliner, a little bit of staining there. Probably where I just touched it. It's not the cleanest. Floor mats look pretty decent. They spilled like sugar or salt or something. That needs to be, I think it's sugar. That needs to be cleaned up. It needs a good detail. It didn't get cleaned, but it looks like it would clean up pretty well. The seats aren't terrible. They aren't stained, aren't ripped. The hatch. I assume this is flex fuel. Yeah, D85. How does this open? Just a handle right there? Oh, look at that. Those shocks work. And those are Mopars. OEM. Stabulus or Stabulus. I don't know how to pronounce it. And back here we got a floor mat. Here's the stow and go rear seats. These probably have never been up. And if they have once or twice, throw the keys there. Throw the floor mat up there. But these, if they would come up, go like this. And then they click in, and then you pull. See, they've got numbers on them, how you do it. But they fold up, click in, then you get extra storage down here. Otherwise, you could leave them down just like that. Kind of cool. I assume spare tire stuff's in here, it looks like. Yep. Yep, in there. Looks like it's all in. There's a zip tie. You always need that. Still in packaging and stuff. Looks good. Close that up. Just like that, I think. Boom. There. Locked. Okay, cool. It's got a single dome light up here in the center. That's kind of different. No rust on the seam of this hatch. Looks pretty good. Probably should get in here with some fluid film while I got my hands on it. Just make sure that doesn't rust on that lip. But it's pretty clean. Should we peek underneath? I haven't looked under it. It's actually really clean. The rockers are perfect. Here. Let me show you guys so you can see. Boom. The rockers are perfect. There's not a speck of rust on this thing. I assume it didn't get driven during snowstorms, being a delivery van or like a business utilized van. There's a little bit starting there. But this van is clean as can be. Like, for Minnesota, this thing is mint. I mean, I think it's mint just period. This thing is perfect. There's no rust on the thing. What the heck? I didn't think it was that good. There's no rust. Let's look under the other side. Where'd it go? Where is it? There's none. None. There's no rust. Nothing. It's all paint. A little bit right there. Back there. The bumper's even got paint on it still. There's no rust. Wow. That's surprising. Look at the brake lines look new. Look at that. I don't think this thing's seen salt. Oh, it definitely hasn't seen very much. I'll tell you that. That's been lifted on before, you can tell by the way that it is. Wow. That's kind of crazy. Oh. And there's where your spare sits on these stone goes. It sits up here. Look at the brake lines. This thing is mint. Wow. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, I haven't been under it. Control arms still got paint on them. Okay, so it's got no rust on it. For a 10-year-old Minnesota vehicle, it's doing pretty good. Let's take a look under that hood. This is where it gets really different. Under the hood here, you'd think you'd see a 3.3 liter 4.1 TE, right? That's what I always see. Wrong. They popped the hood prop for you guys. This bad boy has got a 3.6 liter VVT, Pentastar, V6, whatever, and a 6.2 TE 6-speed automatic transmission. I've heard good things about these 3.6s. I've heard bad things. I've never actually I've seen one or two. I've never actually owned one. I still haven't, but never been around one enough that I'd been able to drive one. I've never driven one. How about that? But I hear they like to eat head gaskets sometimes, and I hear that they like to flatten cam lobes. Those are the two big things. But this one seems to run okay. I'll start it up for you here in a minute. Oh, I left the keys in the back. But looks pretty good. I haven't checked this. Looks good. It's got red coolant in it of some flavor. It's got power steering fluid in it. As you can see, a little dirty looking. I don't know if it's got washer fluid. This brake fluid looks pretty dirty, like it probably could use a flush. But brakes work. It's got a newer Superstar battery that somebody just slammed in here. But during the period it was sitting, it looks like the mice had started to get at the battery insulator. Also, this oil, or this brake fluid cap, we took it off and looked at it. This thing is like, it's a pain in the butt to line up. There it goes, got it. Overflow tank down here. It looks like it's got fluid in it. Where's the oil dipstick? Right there. It needs an oil change. It says that on the dash. It looks okay. It's up to level. You know, good enough for now. This thing takes a cartridge oil filter right there up top. Yeah. I don't know. Here, start it up. Let you hear it. We go grab the key. And I think we'll take it for a ride. I haven't actually driven it. I think I started it and moved it 2 feet from my dad. Let it warm up at the parking lot. And that was that. He's driven it. He drove it home. And then I think he did some errands today in it. Just to make sure it was up to snuff. And what's it got for... Yeah, he got half a tank in it now. And it does have a, or had a low tire light. I don't know if it still does. Yeah, it's got a low tire light. Had a brake light on originally that went off. Looks like on the way home. Yep, change oil, low tire. Step, there, step, reset that, distance to empty, 193, it's got all that stuff here, miles per gallon's all here, it's not up in the overhead console. I don't know, I can't remember what these EVICs do, that's what they're called, especially on the newer gens. It's, all the temp stuff's all down here. I don't remember what all the fancy stuff is up there. Some of you guys can enlighten me, because I know some of you guys own these. But that 3.6 sounds good. Right? I think that sounds good. I don't hear any ticks. Nothing terrible. Sounds pretty quiet. Sounds like it's running pretty smooth to me. Feels pretty smooth. There she is. Let's go take this thing for a ride. Flip the lights on. Ooh, blue. Aren't we fancy? Oh, it's got all blue. Look at that. Crazy. Turn that econ off. We don't want that. Go away. We want to go fast. And then this shifter is kind of funny. So reverse, neutral, drive. It's got an auto stick in it, so you can flip it over. Like my dad's 08 has an auto stick, but it's not like funny like that. Steering wheel's nice. I like this steering wheel. It doesn't have like all the grooves on the back like a lot of steering wheels do now. I don't really like that. A nice smooth, even gripping surface, I guess. Take it out this way. Get you up to speed here. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it'll probably drop to 6. You know, we get up to like 40 miles an hour. I'll bring you back once we get on the tar road. So my first impressions driving this, I like this van a lot more than I do the 2008 to 2010 5th gens. I hated how the clusters looked on those. This one's so much nicer. And this thing, it drives nice. Drives pretty smooth. The brake light is on, by the way, see it? I'll have to read codes on it and see what it is. This thing drives nice. You're sitting up nice and high in this thing. It's a big van. Definitely bigger than the older vans. Feels that way anyway. But it drives really, really nice. Cruise is fine. No real shakes that I can feel. You know, we're doing 65, so that's pretty good. Very nice. No, this thing drives nice. It's quiet in here. Oh, the stereo crank's nice, by the way. That thing plays great. Get it up to 70 here. Kicks down pretty good. This thing moves. Oh, this thing is smooth as can be. It doesn't shake, no rattles, no clunks. At 241, this thing's pretty good. I think it was treated pretty well, and it was, as far as I was told, it was serviced regularly, got all of its needed services, blah, blah, blah. Up until it was put away. Brakes are nice. They stop right now. Very nice. Sounds good. Drives nice. Very nice van. I'm not going to tell you what it was paid for it because you guys would be very jealous. But it was not a lot. I'd consider it stolen, but you know, that's how she be. High mile van, it's worthless. Ha 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 ha. No, that's not the case. No, this thing drives nice. I like it. If I wasn't so invested in all my older vans and I, you know, had room, I wouldn't mind having a, you know, a 5th gen like this around. Not a terrible, at least, you know, like a driver or like a go-getter. Like, these things are huge. Like, you can carry so much stuff in that. I'd get rid of that non-stow and go bench right away. That would be gone immediately. But they're not bad, and they're really spacious. That's the one thing I liked about my dad's 08 is I could haul a lot of stuff in it and like not worry about it. One, because that one was also beat to heck, and that one, you know, had scuffs, so you could not worry about it. But it was a lot bigger. These things are like rectangles, so you can like get stuff in here that you normally wouldn't in the other ones because they're like bubble shaped. This is nice. Definitely like it. Definitely don't mind it at all. As long as the 3.6 holds up, you know, all that's good to go. I mean, I don't know how long these they're just built off of the 4.1 TE as far as I'm aware. Improved design. I haven't heard anything about these transmissions going bad, but maybe you guys know more. I don't know. You guys tell me what you know about these, because I really don't know anything. This is the first time I've driven a facelifted 5th gen, so. Very nice. I don't mind it at all. I'll bring it back when we get home, and we'll do a final, you know, quick walk around here, take a look at the thing. But this thing's nice. Needs an oil change, needs a cabin air filter, needs a vacuuming and a detail. But that's stuff for my brother to take care of. It's his vehicle, not ours. We just did the, let's go get it and make sure it runs and drives. I like the door chime on this thing too. Yeah, that thing cranks. Oh yeah, it's got door lights too, by the way. If I didn't mention that. This thing is nice. Can't pan too hard because of spoilers, but I will do this. There you go. I don't mind it. Needs a new bumper. Yeah, you like it, Henry? You like it, dog? It needs a new front bumper. I think that's it in TLC. But I'd say that is a very nice looking van. Thank you guys for watching as we take a tour of this weird 5th gen that shouldn't be on my channel.